Hello everyone. So today I'll be reviewing an interesting fountain pen. This is an inexpensive fountain pen. It costs just 50 rupees, Indian rupees. And the name of the fountain pen, as you can see, is Figo Parkson. They say it's a liquid fountain pen. By this they mean that it's a pen with liquid ink, I think. So this is a company that I had not heard of prior to today. I just got this from a local stationery store. On the package, I mean, this is what, there's no great packaging or something like that. Just there's a pen and these two cartridges, long standard international cartridges come with it. But what I want to show is the address here. This is imported and marketed by Figo Impex from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. So clearly it is an imported pen. Well, so that's about where it came from. If you look at the pen, the design is kind of, it's a fully plastic pen. I mean, the entire body is made of plastic. So at the top of the finial you have it looks something like this. There's a clip which is quite functional and it's a bit stiff but works. There are some of these markings, the dot markings here. Then you have the barrel, and the back actually has these holes, so you cannot eyedropper it. It's a snap cap open, and here you have the section. If you can see, there are all these grooves here in the section that helps you grip the pen correctly. And I can get to focus here. This is the nib. It's a fine nib. It's a very slim nib, as you can see, and the section actually extends into this black colored extension which houses the nib unit. You open it, there's a barrel. As you can see, there's a hole in the barrel, which means that you cannot eyedropper the pen evidently, so you have to put in one of these cartridges. But because this is a standard international cartridge, you can do one thing better, which is, if you happen to have a standard international converter here, you can just use that, and we'll do that for today's writing session. So I'm going to put in this converter, and just like some of the other pens that I've seen, this one also has a small felt tip like thing which is sitting between the feed and the nib. That is the one which delivers the ink to the tip. Alright, so let me put the barrel. This is the pen, very lightweight, interesting color, so I'm sure that kids are going to love it. So let's see what the writing sample looks like. I'm going to zoom in a bit. That should be better. And let me see if I can focus. The focus is good here. Let's see. The pen is Figo Parkson. The nib is a stainless steel fine nib, and the ink that we are using today is an ink that I like a lot. This is the Krishna Ghat Green. Alright, let's write the standard text, which is the quick brown fox jumps over a lazy dog. This is a pretty smooth writer and it's a pretty wet writer. You see that? It's pretty wet. Nice and wet. And yeah, since it is lightweight, I'm sure that this is not going to be a problem for students who want to use these pens for very long writing sessions. So let's see if it writes reverse. Typically these pens do write reverse. This is Figo Parkson. Not bad. It does write it quite well. It's really fine, but it writes quite well. And even at an angle, let's see whether now I'm going to tilt the nib to the right. It runs out on the left side. Let's see if we can get some flex out of this. I doubt it, but what's the harm in trying? No, this is a pretty stiff nib. No flex. And in terms of posting, I didn't tell that earlier, the cap can be posted quite comfortable. Even when you don't post it, the pen is comfortably seated on my hand, so not too bad. Alright, so in terms of value for money, I would say this is 3 out of 3. This is value for money. Smoothness, again very smooth. And build, well, for this price I don't think one can expect a great build, so I'm sure that if you press this tightly, I'm sure that this barrel is going to crack. The build is okay, it's not great or something like that, but you're paying 50 rupees for this pen. That's what we need to keep in mind. This is competing against the ballpoint pens out there, and even in that range probably this is more expensive because you probably get a ball pen at 1/4 the cost of this. And so why would somebody want to go with it? Well, like I said, it's a very smooth writer. So for folks who want to try out fountain pens, these are great pens. People can buy them, they can go with the cartridges that have been given, and I'm hoping that this is not one of those inks which looks very saturated when you write it but really fades away after a while. I hope that's not one of those inks, but anyway. So yeah, folks do have an option to try the pen, write it out, experience what it is like, what it is liking with the ink pen, and if they do like it, you have another person in the fountain pen community whom you've been able to catch young. So that's about this pen. I'm going to close the cap now. That's the end of this review. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.